Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to Prep Medic. In this week's video, we are doing a review on a plethora of Olights. All right, a couple things we have to talk about before we really get into the video. Number one, Olight is not paying me to make this video. I do not get any money if you buy these lights. However, they sent me a number of them to review and to also promote a sale that's going on. They have their Elite sale, which is 40% off most of the lights on their site and then 20% off everything else. That'll start the 12th and it will end the 16th of July, 2019. So if you are interested in picking up one of these, I'll leave links to that down below that you can find one of these on there. The second thing we have to talk about is they have ridiculous names for their lights. So I'm going to get these wrong at one point in time in this video, so please forgive me for saying the wrong name or saying it in the wrong way. I don't know, just a lot of numbers and letters all mixed up there. So I'll do my best, but I can't promise perfection in this video. All right, so the first light we're going to take a look at today is the PL Mini Valkyrie II. Now this is a small compact weapon light. I'll leave the stats up on the screen here so you can take a look at them. I'm not great at memorizing that, so I haven't even tried for this video. But it is a very bright, compact weapon light. What's unique about this is that it is very easy to attach to whatever firearm you want. And then once you attach it, you can actually adjust this so it fits right on your handgun as it should. So it brings the controls right to your thumb, regardless of what firearm you're using. And there is a list of compatible firearms that they supply with this light you can find on their website if you're curious, but this will fit most handguns. It's very compact, so this is marketed more towards the concealed carry crowd because it's not going to be sticking out in front of the bezel of your gun, anything like that. The cons of this are, one, I think it looks a little ridiculous. You know, if aesthetics are something you're going for on your gun, then I don't think this is for you. But other than that, it's pretty sturdy. It is rechargeable. I really enjoy that. You know, you can just put this, you know, if you have a bedside safe or something this sits in, you can just throw the charger on this while it's on your gun and it will always be charged for you. Plus it's a magnetic charger, so as you draw your gun, it'll just come right off, which is super, super nice. Controls are pretty simple on this. If you press and hold for a second, it'll be just an on-off. If you press quick, it'll be an always on. There are no different modes for brightness on this. There is no strobe function, so if that's something you're looking for, it's not in this light. One other con we have to talk about with this are the holster availabilities. There are not many holsters made for this. I think Last Line of Defense has one, and then you can always get custom Kydex holsters made, but if you want something that's just off the shelf bought, you're not gonna find too many holsters that will fit your light with the Valkyrie II. So just be aware of that. I cannot vouch for the durability of this light. I haven't done any torture tests or anything like that. I've seen them online in some other YouTube videos though, and they seem to hold up pretty well. So definitely an option to consider if you're looking for a weapon light for a concealed carry gun. So next to that, we have the i3E EOS flashlight. This is an everyday carry flashlight to be put on your keyring. Once again, I will put all the stats for this light right up next to me on the screen. Surprisingly powerful for such a small light. It's just a twist operation, takes one AAA battery, and is actually very, very bright for something this compact. So you can put this on a keychain if you want to carry this around with you. I can even put this like on my name badge at work. It can hang right up here. You know, a very compact, useful light that is gonna be pretty sturdy for you. Once again, I can't vouch for the durability of this light, but so far it's held up for me. I've carried it at work a couple days and it is exceedingly useful. Right now, this is actually living on top of my thermostat, so I can go downstairs and adjust this in the middle of the night, but it has a lot of different uses for it. I will say that this light does not have a rechargeable option on it. It's so small and it only takes one AAA with a pretty long runtime for that, but it is not rechargeable like all these other ones are. So keep that in mind if you're looking to pick this up. All right, coming down the line, we have the S1R Batonto flashlight. This is a great EDC flashlight. I showed this on my off-duty EDC video and I have been carrying this with me almost nonstop for the past couple months. So this thing is great, super sturdy, 1,000 lumens, battery lasts a long time. It's rechargeable at the base and very, very small. This clip is pretty cool because it can be used to put on like the brim of a hat if you want to use it as a headlight, or it can be used as a pocket clip to carry either bezel up or bezel down, so depending what your preference is. Works really well, very reliable, has a bunch of different settings on it. With this, it does have a battery indicator right in the middle of this rubberized button. It is not a tail switch, so it takes a little bit getting used to if you're used to something you can activate with your thumb. But with this, it has a bunch of different settings and will serve you well as an EDC flashlight. The charging port can also be used as a magnet. You can stick this on your fridge or on a workbench or like hood of a car or something if you're working on it. So it does have a lot of uses with that, and I really do enjoy this flashlight. All right, so now getting out of kind of the concealed carry realm and going into more of the tactical duty flashlight realm, we have the S1R II Pro. Now, I've been carrying this at work on my belt for a little while. Really like it. Has some drawbacks, but overall this thing is a powerhouse. The S1R II is 3,200 lumens on its turbo mode. Its battery lasts for quite a long time, and this thing has a lot of very unique features on it. So the body itself looks really good. It's honed in, seems sturdy. I've got no complaints about it. You know, I think this blue stuff at the front, I think it makes it look a little bit cheap, but overall I haven't noticed any negatives in its performance. On this button here, you can see it's got two little indicators. So on the one side, you have the indicator for what brightness it's at, which is really nice. And then on the other side, you have a battery indicator. Now, one thing I really don't like about this flashlight is I noticed this was turning on in the pouch it comes with in my pocket. You can mitigate that because this does have a safety mode on it that you can put it in, and it locks the light out until you press and hold this for a little bit of time. That's one of the negatives of having a side switch here. I haven't noticed it's a huge deal. I just have to put it on the safety mode every time I'm going to carry this at work. So be aware of that. Now, this does have the rechargeable option here, and the case it comes with is actually pretty nice. There's two styles of cases that were sent to me with these lights, so for this and the Warrior X, and this case is way better than this guy. Has a clip right in the middle there. On the back, it's got the belt loop, or it's got a button strap here. You could put this on a piece of gear, and then it has the D-ring up top. Fits pretty snug. It's gonna go in with the light up, fits the most easily, and it holds it really nice and stable. So this is a nice carrying case for this, and I've been just wearing this on my belt at work. It's worked fairly well. Now, I will say that this magnet doesn't hold it too well, just like this if you put it on a metal surface. This does come with an L charger that you can mount like next to your bed or in your car or somewhere like that in your house, and it will sit and charge like this so you can just grab it. Kind of a nice feature to have there with this flashlight. Overall, this thing is awesome. I have really enjoyed it at work, and it seems to be pretty sturdy for the most part. All right, so last but not least, we have the Warrior X. Now, the Warrior X is their branded tactical flashlight. It really gets a lot simpler than this guy and some of the other ones I showed you, because while this has a bunch of different settings, you know, in your brightnesses, this is 4 different brightness modes, and you can set this in a lot of different ways. This guy has 2 modes. It's got low and it's got bright, and it has 1 tail switch. So if you're a tail switch fan, this light might be the one for you. And it's just a light press for the low and a much tighter press for the high. You can make it stay, you just press once and release, similar to the weapon light, or you can do just a quick on and off depending on what you want. So those are kind of the features of this. It also has a tactical mode that you can put this into. So you unscrew the tail cap, you hold the button down, and then you screw on the tail cap until it's all the way seated. And now when I put it on, this is 2,000 lumens, and when I push it all the way, it'll go into a strobe. So if you are using this for self-defense, that's an interesting feature to have. I think I'll keep it in the other setting because I do like having the option of a lower beam. So if I'm, you know, shining it at somebody, I don't have to blind them to be able to see what they're doing necessarily. But you do have the option to do a hard press and get it a little bit brighter. So like I said, 2,000 lumens, it's a little bit less than this, but this one actually has farther throw. So while this one has, I believe it is 250 meters of throw, which is pretty good, this guy has 560 meters of throw with the light. So this will give you a lot further distance in what you're able to see. There are a lot of great videos of these being tested online, and this thing is very bright and can shine very, very far. So those are kind of the pros of this, and it is a pretty sturdy flashlight. Now, the other thing, and this kind of leads into the cons of this, when you get this flashlight, it will come with this carrying case. And compared to this, I really do not like this thing. It has a cutout on the top. You can put your light in a couple different ways. The way it comes is the light down, and then it sticks up like this. You do have this open so you can still like shine it through this case, or you can carry it the other way, which makes a little bit more sense to me. And the end sticks out down here. You know, even right here at the top, this has a bunch of stitching coming out. It just doesn't look too solid. And on the back, instead of having something to like mount it like straight up and down on your belt, you can only mount this horizontal, and you can't even put, well, you can put, but it doesn't work very well, a malice clip back here to like mount it to a molly belt or something like that. I don't really like this case. I don't think I will ever carry it in this case. So that's one con for this flashlight. The second feature that it has that I think is a really cool idea, unfortunately I don't think the execution's quite there, are the option to add a pressure switch to the back of this. It is worth mentioning that this light is still rechargeable just like all the other ones, so you can put the magnetic charger on the back, works perfect. Now though, you can also use that magnetic part to put on a tail switch and a pressure switch here, so you can mount this to a rifle and use it like that. Really cool idea. Unfortunately, this is a magnet and it is a strong magnet, but it's pretty easy for this to come disconnected, and there is no way to lock it onto this flashlight. So I would not trust my life with this. You know, an airsoft rifle, sure. Maybe a hobby gun, something that you're gonna take a night class with and you don't have anything else, I think this will work fine. But when you're talking self-defense, something that you're gonna trust your life with, I wouldn't trust these end caps. This one is a little bit longer. They also sent me one that's a bit shorter. That will work as well. This will mount to the top of a Picatinny rail. And then this guy has a mount just like this that you can mount onto a rifle. It's pretty easy to do, put it on. This mount is, I don't know if it is cheap, it feels cheap. The mount itself is plastic, the bracket is metal, and this turn knob is plastic. So I'm a little bit worried about the durability with this. And then also, this is a little bit too big for me to mount on a rifle. The end of this is just a little bit big. It comes across, it looks a little bit weird. And I think it's a little bit bright for a weapon light as well. I don't think you really need 2000 lumens on a rifle light. That being said, it is an option, you know, if you're using this for a hobby gun or, you know, an airsoft gun, something like that. I think this is a valid option, but I will not be mounting this to my rifle or using it as tactical light. Where this thing shines really is just as a standalone flashlight. This is something that I'll keep like on my counter right before my backyard, so I can get up there and spot things out in the distance. That's where this light shines. I don't think it will work quite as well as a weapon mounted light. And if you're gonna carry this on your belt, I'd recommend finding something else to carry it besides the supplied case they have. All in all, guys, these lights are pretty solid. Now, I will tell you that Olight is not the top tier, but they are far from a cheap flashlight. So while with Surefires, you're gonna be paying, hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a lot of their models, these ones are a lot more manageable in the $100 range, a little bit cheaper for some of these smaller lights. So they are a budget option, but I think they are high quality. I've not had this one fail, which is the one I have the most experience with as of yet, and I really do like some of the innovative features such as the charging that these have. If you're interested in picking them up, like I said, there's going to be a sale coming up soon, and they do some big sales once a year. They have their major one, their elite sale, and then periodically they'll discount things further. So if you want to pick those up, I'll leave a link down below. If you have any questions about these lights, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you next week.